shit again.
What it do, what it do, what it do. This is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. Today I happen to be your more humble and hostile host, Cassius Cliff. What's good, y'all? How we feeling? You know what? I'm not even going to ask how you guys are feeling, because I already know how y'all feeling. And really, I'm going to show y'all how other people are feeling in Philly.
The last play, so go Eagles.
Very tough loss. Yeah. I am very depressed right now.
An Eagles win was all Cara Ripley wanted on her 30th birthday.
Definitely not the birthday gift I wanted.
So sad that some fans could barely keep it together.
And I feel them on a certain level. I respect it purely because we love our team, and really we expect a lot out of these guys on a weekly basis. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We expect them to show out and play big and play well. And that just did not happen yesterday. Now, me personally, I'm going to keep it together, and really, I'm not even going to hang my head low at all. Not only did my team show some kind of life at certain points in the game, Jalen, though he went down, he did come back and he finished out the game. He remained healthy. So that I'm definitely going to hang my hat on. And really, just listen to QB1.
And I think this is a moment where you go back and you reflect on it, you learn from it like every win, and you treat them all the same. You just have to be self-critical, as we always are, and analyze everything as it's supposed to be. And, it's about how we respond, how we are approaching it, and how bad we want to grow, how bad we want to better ourselves. And so that's the mentality moving forward. And obviously, that has to be done together as a unit.
And that's why I'm not worried. You hear the leader of his team and his mentality. Got to be critical, whether we win or lose. We got to improve, look at the tape, and get better and move on. Because in the end, no one is perfect in this league. And yes, we've been on a winning streak. We've beaten teams being down 10 at the half or down 10 8 times in a row. Excuse me. But yet and still, there's things that we needed to improve on. And all that shit was exposed and glaring yesterday. Because I've stressed it on numerous occasions, numerous videos. If we do not lean on the run, it's going to be a long day for this offense and therefore this team. And yesterday was a perfect example of that. Now, as we go back and look and analyze it, pretty much what happened in that beatdown yesterday, let's look at the defensive end. Because the defense, they got their ass worn out after those first 2 drives. It was pretty much, it was open season on them, and it was not pretty in the slightest. I mean, if you're a family member in the stands, I feel sorry for y'all because you had to witness your son out there just getting embarrassed. And that's just what it is. It happens to the best of us, and you got to learn from that and move on. So as I said, let's go and look into these clips real quick just to see exactly how this game panned out and why we got beat down the way that we did. At this point in the game, in my eyes, we still got the game within reach. But as I just mentioned, after those first two drives by the defense, we had 2 pretty big stops, 2 3 and outs specifically. Huge for the defense. But after that, I'm talking about night and day in terms of the defense. Because after a while, the running game started to flow for them, and really Brock Purdy could just throw it all over the yard. He put up over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Yes, he was not taking deep shots, but they did what they do best, which is getting their guys in space, getting them open, quick shots, quick passes, and we're going to move down the field. We're going to march right down. And this play design is it's a great play design. You're getting Christian McCaffrey one-on-one with the linebacker. I mean, Morrow was put in the blender all game. And as soon as they seen that was a weak link, especially the linebacker crew, like I said, open season. Now, at this point, the game is pretty much out of hand. Especially the way that they were driving, and they've been picking on Eli Ricks again as well all game. And this play is a perfect example of why when you have an undrafted rookie playing slot corner, you probably don't want to leave him on the island one-on-one. You probably want to have Bradley Roby in there. Whichever the case is, this has happened to him enough to where we don't need to see it again. It's very likely, very possible. So we don't need to see it again. Now, unfortunately, it gets worse. Because a guy in Deebo Samuels who cannot run routes to save his life we're still getting put in the best position possible to succeed. And really, that's coaching 101. If you're not going to put your players in a position to succeed, why are you on that team? Why are you coaching that team? You're not helping anybody but your ego and yourself. And that's what I feel Brian Johnson does a lot of times with these play calls in his offense. Why are we passing it down? Why are we passing 4 times out of our first 2 drives to start off the drive instead of running the ball knowing that they expect us to pass? And they adjusted perfectly, because after those first 2 drives where we actually drove down and scored, and we only got 6 on both, out of those 2 drives, they said it's over with that. We're going to force you to run and really going to make you force you to pass in zone coverage with 7 people back there instead of 5 or 6. And pretty much after that, it was curtains, because we had guys not trying to tackle, not trying to set blocks. I mean, this is probably the 4th screen of the game. And at this point, you see the entire offensive line run to one side. They're not going off the field, bro. They're going out there to block. So you probably should crash or shoot up the field, because it's going to be a screen pass. But obviously, after this onside kick, the team just had the wind knocked out of them when we didn't get the ball back. And that's an easy score, just to put the nail in our coffin. And boy, the way that funeral was, it was not pretty. I mean, D-Jack was in attendance, supposed to be honored, but he got disrespected by this performance, because what the hell is this? This was awful. This was horrible. And really and truly, this is how we looked. We refused to fight back. They gave us opportunities here and there, but I'm talking about beatdown of epic proportions in the Linc with D-Jack, other Eagles legends in attendance, and all we did was just fold like cheap laundry. And that shit to me was surprising. I'm not going to hold you. I didn't anticipate a blowout either way. I actually thought we was going to be able to pull it out 31-21. We'd even put up 20 points. And they put up over 30. So that just goes to show what I thought it was going to be going into this game, and really how it actually panned out. Yes, I'm not always right. Even my predictions when we do win are not exact. But a beatdown by San Francisco against us, never foresaw that at all in the slightest. And really and truly, those kind of things is I feel like you need at this point in the season, where you've been doing it one way and really it's been working out. And to me, it's just not the recipe for the best case scenario. Having to battle back in the second half, week in and week out, when you're not leaning on your run, I don't see how you pull that out 10 times out of 10. We've done it enough times. But clearly, San Francisco being the best team that we faced all season, best defense, probably the best offensive weapons, they was not going to let us get back in this game. Not doing it the way we've done it the last 10, 11 weeks. Absolutely fucking not. And really, I don't blame them, because they did what they needed to do. They showed up. They made the right calls. And really, like I've told y'all on several numerous occasions, I refuse to complain about the refs or flags, whether there are flags or not. I just can't do it. It's not only is it a part of the game, if you want to call flags and complain about them, again, this is not the sport for you, because you can literally do it on every play. I mean, I can show you right here. If you ask me, especially in real time, I thought this was just good defense, good play by the corner. He even turned his head. I mean, that's solid. But obviously, a lot of people, a lot of Eagles fans, they want a flag here. And again, if you ask me, Quest should not even been the one that we're targeting here. It probably was a little underthrown by Jalen. And if it's Quest, it's never going to be a 50-50. It's damn near 80-20 and not in his favor. So, right off top, not only did I not anticipate it to be a catch, I know he wasn't going to get no flag. Not right here. And not to say he had a bad game. This is just not the best spot for Quez, given where we're at the spot we're at in the game. This is a got to have a touchdown. We're taking a shot. We're not going to get a flag here. And nor did I expect it. Now, on this huge touchdown by Debo, where he only took a 5-yard catch to the crib, 10-yard catch to the crib. Not only is it poor effort, poor shed of blocks, not even trying to tackle, there's probably a controversial no call on Reed Blankenship. As you see right here in the replay, Morrow getting put in the blender again, missing a tackle. But that Reed Blankenship gets tackled by a blocker. Yes, they could have called holding. That'd have been well and good. But if I'm not mistaken, given where the ball was when that foul was committed, probably a spot foul, still a first down. And as you notice at the beginning of this clip, they're already moving in this quarter. It's 88 yards to 29. So this shit was already looking lopsided, and they're moving down the field. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Why complain about the refs if your players and your coaches alike are not giving the best effort out there, be it play calling or actual play on the field? Because the refs can save you but for so long. And I don't want to depend on the refs in any way, shape, or form, in my favor or not. I really don't want to do that. And to further my point, I mean, this is what it is. The clear difference is right here when it comes to the rushing yards and the red zone attempts and makes. We got a 100-yard difference in the rushing yards. DeAndre Swift getting 6 carries for 13 yards is criminal. I mean, asinine. A guy who's had 35-yard runs back-to-back weeks, getting 6 carries for 13 yards? Yes, this is San Fran and their defense. Who gives a shit? You play your game the way you want to play your game. Don't play into their hand. That's literally asking to be beat and really blown out, as everybody saw yesterday. So that's a clear difference. Red zone attempts, 2 for 4 versus 4 for 4. We literally stopped them on 2 3-and-outs to start off the game. After that, they opened up that can of ass whooping, and there was no putting it back in the can. It was over virtually early on in this game. Yes, we were hanging on. Yes, we were battling back. Even with Jalen going down, it pretty much deflated the team. I saw it. I felt it, though. I was still confident, hoping that he would come back, that we could do something. But really, without the defense being able to stand tall, it was over for us. And again, sometimes you need this kick in the ass to really, get focused, get back on track. Because not only does the defense, we need help at linebacker, safety, corner. We need to tighten up the screws. The offensive play calling has done us zero favors when it comes to these games and really having to battle back week in and week out. And that's just the difference. And that was the difference in this game. Clear as day. Kyle Shanahan, after those first 2 drives, he said, the hell with that. We're going with what works. I don't care if this is the best rushing defense. We're going to run the ball, which is why Christian McCaffrey had almost 100 yards. Got to play your game. You playing into the hand, playing one-face football, you asking to get bent over. And I'm telling you, that shit ain't fun. It's never really happened. Not when I've been doing this podcast. Not even in the last 2 years. We haven't gotten blown out like we got blown out yesterday. But here we are, having to eat humble pie, and this shit tastes awful, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. But for all the haters, especially, I got homies hitting me up on vacation. My man's in Belize, and he's messaging me, asking me when the podcast gonna drop. Not only do I appreciate you reaching out and obviously tapping in, but this is what the haters do. They show up and they are having a blast. They're throwing a parade right now. And they could do that. Obviously, they mad because they had San Fran do what they couldn't do in terms of their team. I get it. I understand. But do you understand this? Do you? Because after that beatdown, after we got embarrassed in our house, trying to honor one of our legends, a Hall of Famer, we remain at 10-2 at the top of the league. Again, I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to inform you. We're still the best in the league. Everybody's taking an L this season. Even the San Francisco 49ers have 3 L's on the season. Yes, they have players go down, but everybody goes down in the NFL. Players go down all the time. But when their players went down, they took 3 back-to-back. They took 3 L's in concession. We have yet to take 2 back-to-back L's all season. And I know this week with Dallas coming up in their crib, I don't foresee that happening regardless. And really, I love that it's them that we get to bounce back against. A divisional opponent that we get to bring out the broom, abso-fucking-lutely. It's high time. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Do not hang your head low and really let the haters talk. Unless they're a San Fran fan or even a New York Jets fan, all they doing is chatting. They're really not saying nothing because they have nothing to say to us. We're at 10-2 at the top of the league. And it's no mistake. It's not by chance. It's simple as that, y'all. That being said, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Continue to like, share, subscribe. It goes a long way. Yes, this L sucks. It's not Victory Monday. It happens. It happens to a lot of us. It happens to the best of us. And I mean that emphatically. We're the best of us. So that being said, this is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your more humble to hostile host, Cassius Cliff. To the next one.